Good morning. This is your 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. Still seeing mostly sunny conditions out there this morning. Have seen a decrease in some of that high cloud. Otherwise, seeing things warm up as expected. Another warm and humid day today. Temperatures getting into the upper 80s at the moment with those heat index values in the upper 90s. We do have that heat advisory in effect from 1100 to 1600 local, with a good chance of seeing those heat index values getting into the triple digits as we go through the day today. But not expecting any precip or lightning or active weather as we move through our Wednesday. If we look at the current surface analysis, we have this high pressure pretty much dominating the picture over the eastern part of the country. That's helping to keep things quiet as well as hot. We do have a boundary well off to the west that's associated with an upper level trough. Those two features will be slowly pushing off to the east towards our area as we get into the day over the next couple of days, but will be slow to get into the area and will likely be stalling out over the area, keeping some unsettled support in the area as we go through late Friday and into the weekend. If we look at the upper level winds from this morning, sounding mainly a northerly component to the winds as we go up through the column, and fairly weak winds, seeing our peak wind of 16 knots at 6 and 12,000 feet, but overall weak winds through the column and seeing that freezing level at 14,700 feet. If we look at the current visible satellite, we can see there's mainly clear skies across the area, light winds out of the northwest, and overall nice conditions, but we are seeing hot and humid conditions. So other than that, fairly quiet and sunny day across the region. We'll see likely some cumulus clouds developing as we go into the afternoon hours. If we look at the short-term high-resolution model, see how things play out today. Again, expecting dry conditions with just some cumulus developing and some high clouds streaming through the area as we go into the overnight and into the morning hours on Thursday. We'll see a chance of some patchy mist once again, as we've seen the last couple of days. And then going into Thursday, expecting an overall dry day going through the day. Another hot and humid day for Thursday as well. And then as we go into Thursday evening, we start to see some shower and storm activity well off to the west ahead of that boundary as it approaches. We see some things destabilizing off to the west. Most of the activity, or most likely that activity will stay well off to the west and off to the northwest as we go through the day and into the later part of Thursday. Very slight chance of one of those showers making it across the bay. Not looking very likely, as the timing of it will be with the after the sun sets, and we'll lose some of that daytime heating going through the overnight hours. If we zoom out and look at the European model here, starting off Friday morning, again starting off with dry conditions, and that boundary continues to approach a little closer, and then depending on where that boundary and upper level trough stall as it approaches, will kind of dictate where most of the activity, the shower and storm activity occurs. Most models indicating the actual boundary stalls a little off to the west, keeping most of the activity off to the west, but nonetheless, we'll have a slight chance of a shower or storm, mainly later in the day on Friday into the overnight hours. And we start off Saturday dry, and then once again with that upper level trough over the area that will support some daily shower and storm activity as we go through the day on Saturday. It looks like to be our best chance of seeing some showers and storms, and then that lingers on into Sunday as well. And then we'll start to see things calm down a bit as we go into Monday, and that trough starts to weaken, the boundary starts to wash out. But we will have a slight chance of afternoon shower or storm, just diurnally driven, and then going into Tuesday, losing even more support. Some models indicating an afternoon shower or storm, but a little too far out to really narrow that down at this time. So if we look at the 24-hour weather risk chart for today, mainly green conditions across the board, with the exception of that orange risk for those heat index values at or above 100 degrees. Again, we do have that heat advisory in effect from 11 to 1600. And so we do have that orange risk for those high heat index values. Expecting the actual temperature to top out around 92 degrees this afternoon. We'll see those northwesterly winds fairly weak and continue through the day, and then we'll see them shifting out of the southwest at 7 to 12 knots as we get to the mid to late afternoon. Going into the overnight hours, We'll see temperatures cooling down just around 75 degrees, winds staying out of the south-southwest 4 to 9 knots, and staying pretty warm and muggy as we go through the overnight hours. We're seeing tides between 1/2 and 1 foot above normal today. And looking at the next couple days, Thursday we'll see partly cloudy conditions, another hot and humid day, likely see those heat index values up to around 102 degrees, so a good chance of seeing another heat advisory as we go through today on Thursday. Otherwise, just keeping that very slight chance of isolated shower popping up or thunderstorm popping up in the vicinity. If that was to happen, it would likely be north of the area, but a very low chance, less than 10% chance of that happening. With a high around 90 degrees, overall green conditions for weather risk with the exception of those heat index values. Going into Thursday evening, we'll see a partly cloudy evening. Very slight chance of an isolated shower early again if one is able to make it across the bay, although that's likely a less than 10% chance as well. But we'll see a chance of mist once again before sunrise with a low around 75 degrees. Going into Friday, we'll see partly to mostly cloudy at times. Another hot and humid day, not as high of heat index values, but likely still in the upper 90s. We'll see a slight chance of a shower or storm, mainly a very slight chance during the afternoon hours, and then that slight chance kind of increases as we get later into the late afternoon and into the evening hours. Overall, just a slightly breezy day with a high around 87, but we do have that yellow risk for precip and lightning. If we look at the extended forecast, as we go into Saturday, again expecting our best chance for some showers and storms in the area, about a 50% chance at this time, with a low around 73 degrees and a high around 85. Going into Sunday, a slightly cooler day, getting back to more seasonable temperatures for high temperature wise. Overall low expected around 72 with a high around 83, and a decent chance of showers and storms, around 40% chance for Sunday. Start to see those chances drop off as we get into Monday with seasonable temperatures for our highs around 84 and 83 as we go into Monday and Tuesday, and seeing our lows in the upper 60s. Slight chance afternoon shower or storm on Monday, about a 20% chance, and then down to a 10% chance on Tuesday, with mainly partly cloudy conditions for both days to begin the work week. Well, that will wrap up the 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. We'll be back again tomorrow at 8:15 and 10 a.m. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your day.